Órale, Cholo Trucker, los tres chingones, boxing shots to other chingones y chingonas. Also, shouts to everybody watching on the Cholo Trucker channel. The primary platform I'm using for this live is my boxing channel, just simply because this is boxing. But I did want to go ahead and, do it on Cholo Trucker as well, because I know a lot of people that um, are not boxing fans tuned into this. So, what's up, Party Familia Demetro? What's going on? Hey, we'll get to that on Friday, man. For anybody watching this on the Cholo Trucker channel, gracias for tapping in. This is the primary channel, my boxing channel. We go live every Friday, but I'm just going ahead and doing this collab here on both of these channels. Just to talk about this, because I know people have thoughts and opinions about this. So let's go ahead and let's get into it. What's up? Orale, Vic, man. What's up, Vic? Let me see. I hate to see a beast in his days put himself. Hollywood BS. Tyson, a legend. Man, JC, yes, it's fake. Ana, hello. Ron Garcia, Cule, tapping in. All right, man. Okay, so hey, by the way, if you're watching this on Los Tres Chingones, hit a 1. If you're watching this on Cholo Trucker, hit a 2. Just curious. That's all, man. But yeah, shout outs to all the chingones, chingonas, shout outs to the familia on Cholo Trucker. All right, man. So let's get into this, because there's a lot of information that's being thrown around. Everybody's emotions is all over the place, and it's ridiculous, dog. It is ridiculous. Okay. First, let's start with the contract that was leaked. Okay. JC, we'll get to that on Friday. First, let's get to the contract that was leaked. Apparently, a contract was leaked, but nobody could really determine that contract is actually legit. Michael Irvin, who used to play for the Dallas Cowboys, how they doing, by the way, so far this season? He goes on a rant. Everybody starts running with it. Oh, yeah, this contract said this, it said that. But yet nobody's able to tell that it's legit. Hey, man, it said right there, if Mike Tyson knocks him out, he doesn't get paid as much. Well, okay, how come there's not a number of how much is deducted from his paycheck? So I'm not saying that none of this stuff wasn't in the contract. I'm not saying that the contract wasn't legit. I'm saying, I don't know. There's a lot of suspicious things to just believe that this contract that apparently, finger quotes, was leaked. What other channel, Cholo? I'm just on my boxing channel, but I'm also streaming this on Cholo Trucker, man. So, you could believe that that's the case. That's fine. I'm not saying it's not the case. I'm just simply saying that there's nothing there, solid evidence to say that contract is actually legit. But it really got wings that started flying, because Michael Irvin really did something with it. Went on podcasts and started throwing it out there, and he ran with it. And now everybody's just like, oh man, see, it's in the contract, it's in the contract. And maybe it was. And maybe that contract is legit. But there's nothing that shows that that's legit so far. Andrew Martinez, Sanho Life for Gule. So you guys want to know something that is legit? Netflix is being sued right now because of the problems that was happening, the buffering during the fight, by the way. I had to, log out and log back in just so it could get back on, man. But yeah, Netflix is being sued. I mean, I don't think it's really gonna go anywhere. Whatever, man. But anyway, okay, so that contract, whether it's true, whether it's not, don't know. Don't know. Maybe it is true. Okay. Now I will say this. Mike Tyson fought Roy Jones Jr. what, in 2021, 2020, somewhere around like that? Dog, that fight sucked. That fight was terrible. That was two legends that were old, shot out, got in there, and they fought. And they did whatever they did. And apparently, from what I understand, it was in their contract that they couldn't knock each other out, that they couldn't punch through, apparently. Again, I'm not telling you guys that that's true, but again, all the rumors were out there that, oh man, after the fight, that is said in the contract that you couldn't punch through. So it's like, okay, all right, well, hey, whatever, Roy Jones Jr. and Mike Tyson got in there. They did what they did. They looked slow. They looked terrible. They looked awful. The most entertaining thing of that Roy Jones Jr. versus Mike Tyson fight was Snoop Dogg doing commentary. We had no problems with Netflix fight in Bay. Really? Okay. All right. I knew it was fake. I'm just glad Mike Tyson in boxing ring. This fight was 100% rigged. Okay. It looks like they were both holding back. All right. So let's see. Netflix app kept crashing in LA. Yeah, it did, man. Hey, Artie. So, or anybody outside of SoCal, did you guys have problems with Netflix? Because I did. And I've heard a lot of problems that it kept buffering. Now, good thing it didn't keep buffering when it showed Mike Tyson's nalgas, and that was the only thing plastered on the screen, just right there, right? So anyway, man, whether the contract is true, whether it's not, I don't know. Couldn't tell you guys, but people are believing it. But here, let me go ahead and talk to you guys a little bit about this fight. All right. First of all, the undercards were badass, but we'll get to that on the Friday live on Los Tres Chingones Boxing. All right. Shout out to everybody who's watching on Cholo Trucker channel. This is the primary boxing channel that I do. All right. So look, I had said that Mike Tyson, if this fight were going to be real, the prediction that I said, Mike Tyson has 2, maybe 3 rounds to knock out or really hurt Jake Paul. Because once it got past that, that was it, Holmes. That was going to be it. Mike Tyson, I know everybody keeps thinking about the Mike Tyson that knocked out Larry Holmes and Razor Ruddock and, 1991 Mike Tyson and everything. But reality, the end of Mike Tyson's career, he was a shell of himself already. He lost to 2 complete nobodies. Not only did he lose, he got stopped. That's not to say that Mike Tyson wasn't a beast. His last fight was in 2005. And he got stopped. He left the sport a shell of himself. Now, don't get me wrong. That version of Mike Tyson, the 2005 Mike Tyson that got stopped, that dude would have killed Jake Paul. Okay? So don't get me wrong. That guy, that version of Mike Tyson would have killed Jake Paul. But then Mike Tyson, he likes to dabble into certain things, dog, to, inebriate him. He likes to smoke the yes guy. He likes to do a little bit of shrooms. You know, he's not the healthiest guy. And now he's 58 years old. Look at his training videos for this fight. Totally different guy. It was fixed. All right. That's fair, Sanho Lifer. However, check this out. He could look good like that. How long were those training videos? And let's not forget, this fight was supposed to take place, I believe it was originally in June, but he had health issues. And he said he had to have, what was it, 8 blood transfusions? He has some very, you know, he's not the healthiest dude, man. He's not the healthiest guy. And when the bell first rang for the first round, you could see it in Mike Tyson. His feet were good, man. His feet were pretty good for like a minute and a half. What's up, Pete Town? Yeah, I think he had 8. So, like I said, his health is not there, man. His health is not there. He's 58 years old. His feet look good for like the first minute, maybe minute and a half. And actually, he landed some pretty decent shots that I thought kind of had Jake Paul stumbling a little bit. But I will tell you guys this. After that, Mike Tyson just didn't look good at all, man. And Roy Jones Jr. was saying his legs looked terrible. And they did. Dog, the Vato was in the ring with a knee brace on. Or it wasn't a knee brace. It was that the knee sleeve, that copper fit. The ring block smoked his legs. Mike Tyson pulled wearing Speedo during weight. Oh, man. Oh, dog. He was in there with the knee sleeve on, man. His footwork looked really good, like I said, for like the first minute and a half. And then after that, it looked terrible. And I'll be real with you guys, man. I think could Mike Tyson, check this out, man. All right. Because I know this whole contract thing is out there and people are just believing it. And like I said earlier, believe it if you want. I'm not saying it's true. I'm not saying it's not true. Okay. But here's the thing. Do I think Mike Tyson, if he really threw it all out there, do I think he probably really could have knocked out Jake Paul in the first round? Yeah, probably. Yeah. However, I would say this too. The reason why Mike Tyson made it to the end of the fight is because Jake Paul held back. Get your emotions out of it, man. I love Mike Tyson. All right, Mike Tyson, good gosh, dog. You used to watch Mike Tyson's fights because you really believed that he was literally going to kill somebody at one point. You were like, I think he's literally one day, I think he will literally kill a man in the ring. But that's not the Mike Tyson that got in this past weekend. And I'm telling you guys right now, if Jake Paul really wanted to hurt Mike Tyson, I would say after like the 3rd round, I think Jake Paul could have finished Tyson. 5th round, 6th round, 7th, 8th. Mike Tyson didn't have anything left, man. And I was watching it with my sons. And we were all saying the same thing. We're just like, hey, Jake Paul is carrying him, which is cool. That's fine. Because I personally, I didn't want to see Mike Tyson get hurt. So yeah, maybe Tyson, maybe he could have really knocked him out in the first round if he gave it everything. All that being said, I think Jake Paul could have knocked him out in the 6th, 7th, 8th round. Tyson he looked out of it. Yeah, Andrew. And the thing was that Roy Jones Jr. kept bringing that up like he didn't know what was up, except for more Ronaldo kept on telling him, like, no, he always does that. That was the worst Rocky movie. That was by far the worst Rocky movie, dog. But here's the thing, man. It wasn't pay-per-view. I don't know why people are super duper pissed about it. Well, actually, I got a hunch on why people are super duper pissed about it. Okay. For real boxing fans, you got a good undercard. For those that were just tapping in just to see Mike Tyson once again, you didn't get a chance to see the Mike Tyson. But if you go back 20 years ago, the Mike Tyson wasn't the Mike Tyson anymore. He didn't finish off his career a complete killer like he was when he knocked out Larry Holmes. That wasn't Mike Tyson when he finished off his career. And now you're talking about 58 years old with 8 blood transfusions and a guy who doesn't really take great care of his health. And maybe it was just, hey, man, you know what? Let's just go in there. Let's not knock each other out. Fine. So be it. If we're a pay-per-view, then I could see why people would get completely pissed off. It's like, dog, I paid for it. I mean, you pay for Netflix, but let's talk a little bit about why people are like super duper pissed off. Okay. Whether you're a huge boxing fan or whether you're not. One is you want to see Mike Tyson be the Mike Tyson. Another one is, and this mainly goes to real boxing fans, like true boxing fans, right? Maybe you're not a boxing fan, but you still feel this way. Tyson made 20 million allegedly. Yeah, apparently he made 20, and apparently Jake made 40. Okay, so check this out, man. Jake Paul, people have come to hate Jake Paul. And people want to see him get hurt. People want to see him get knocked out. People want to see him get torn to shreds. Yeah, Ron Garcia. I mean, if people pay for Netflix already, they didn't pay for anything. But I'm not really sure how many people subscribe to Netflix just to watch that fight. But the thing is, it's Jake Paul. And Jake Paul is a heel. He's a villain. People hate him. People love to hate that dude. Oh, he's not a real fighter. He's not a real boxer. He's not, he needs to fight real boxers. And people just want to see him. They want to see him get knocked out, like lights out. And when it doesn't happen, they get pissed off. Oh, he needs to fight a real fighter. He needs to look, me personally, I don't love the guy and I don't hate the guy. To me, he's just there. It's cool, whatever. Doesn't matter. But I get it. I get it from a lot of people. Dog, F that dude, dog. He thinks he's a real fighter. He needs to fight real fighters. He needs to fight real fighters. Why? I thought you said he's not a real fighter. I'm okay with him fighting. I mean, I don't really want him to fight old dudes like that. I don't want to see him against Evander Holyfield. Okay, these dudes that are like super old, that are legends, I don't want to see those dudes get hurt. But I got no problem with Jake Paul fighting MMA dudes. Or look, by the way, to everybody who's over there talking about like, oh, Jake Paul, he needs to fight real boxers. He did. He fought Tommy Fury and he lost. And for those that are saying like, oh, but who's Tommy Fury? Yeah, that fool sucks. He's nobody. And he lost against Tommy Fury. So now why do you want to see him against an elite fighter? Now you got some elite fighter like Arthur Beterbiev. You really want to see that dude in there against Jake Paul? That's a stupid fight. I get it. Jake Paul comes off all this. I don't follow the dude, so I don't really know much about him except for when he steps in the ring. I get it. He comes out, he calls out Canelo like so many other guys. He makes it, seem like honestly, this is my honest opinion. I don't think he really believes that he can compete against real boxers because he lost against Tommy Fury. Who the hell is Tommy Fury? Tommy Fury is a sorry ass boxer who just happens to be the younger brother of Tyson Fury. Which, by the way, Tommy Fury has a fight coming up, a boxing match against an MMA guy. Anybody pissed off about that? Because Tommy Fury is an actual boxer. Why is nobody pissed about that? No, you want to be pissed about Jake Paul because he's not fighting real boxers. But he's not a real boxer to you. So then why do you want him fighting real boxers? I got no problem with Jake Paul. Cool, fine. And by the way, let me go and say this. Oh, he's bad for boxing. He's terrible for boxing. He needs to get out of boxing. He's the bad for the sport. He's horrible for the sport. How? He's not holding up any division. He's not holding up any championship. He's not holding any division hostage. How's he bad for boxing? He's not even fighting boxers. So how's he bad for boxing? I'm not telling anybody to like the guy. Hate the guy all you want. But he's not fighting boxers. He's not holding the title hostage. How's he bad for boxing? You want to know what's bad for boxing? Having an MMA dude in Ngannou get in there with a finger quote elite heavyweight boxer in Tyson Fury and drop his ass. And the fight goes to decision. That's bad for boxing. Having his douchebag younger brother, Tommy Fury, go tooth and nail with this so-called YouTuber, Jake Paul. And then when they give it, when Tommy Fury wins that fight at the end, go watch that victory. This dude seems like he just won the damn Super Bowl. Why? You just beat up a YouTuber. Those were your words, homie. You're supposed to be the real boxer. You're over there jumping up and down. He started crying. That's bad for boxing. How you doing, Kern County Stories? I'm starting to think everything is fake. We live in the Matrix, girl. We live in the Matrix. What's up, Anthony Bravo? But the only ones that are like truly, truly pissed about this are the ones that really just hate Jake Paul and they really want to see this guy get hurt. But they talk out of both sides of their mouth. Hey, he ain't no real fighter. He ain't no real boxer. He's a YouTuber. He ain't no real boxer. Okay, that's one thing you say. And then you talk on the other side of your mouth. Oh, he needs to fight real fighters. He needs to fight real boxers. He needs to fight real guys. Why? I thought you just said he's not a real fighter. So which one is it? Honestly, man, I think his next opponent, Oscar De La Hoya, was over there calling out Eddie Hearn. For those of you watching on Cholo Truck, you may not know who Eddie Hearn is. He's a boxing promoter. And Oscar De La Hoya was calling out Eddie Hearn. Hey, Oscar, if you're feeling froggy, homie, why don't you get in there with Jake Paul? You're feeling froggy, right? You're calling out another boxing promoter who has no boxing experience. Why don't you get in there, dog? You're not 58 years old. But was it fake? I mean, I could see where they're just kind of like, hey, let's just go out there, man. Let's just somewhat put on a show. But it wasn't really a good show. You guys want to know a fight that was like really, really fake? Oscar De La Hoya against Mario Lopez. That happened. Shoot, I don't know, man. It happened quite a few years ago. This one, I can believe that there was some sort of agreement, like, hey, look, we ain't out there to kill each other. All right. Let's go out there. Let's give it what we got. And I know that people love Mike Tyson. So do I. So do I. And they want to believe that Mike Tyson could have killed this kid. And maybe he could have. I'm not saying he couldn't have. Because they're remembering Mike Tyson when he was a beast, and he was. But a lot has happened between then and now. And by the way, let me just go ahead and throw this out there about Jake Paul as well. All right. People are acting like Jake Paul is fresh off the couch. If you don't want to look at him as a real fighter, that's cool. Fine. I'm not saying he is. But the dude puts in the work. I'm not saying he's a real boxer, because any real boxer will whoop his ass. Ryan Garcia is calling him out now. Jake Paul is a hell of a lot bigger than Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia is not the best boxer out there. I'll tell you guys this right now. Ryan Garcia stops Jake Paul in 2 rounds, max. I don't know what the weight gap is. It's got to be about 30 pounds. Maybe more. Ryan Garcia he'll put it to Jake Paul. 2 rounds. Yeah, Dos Matador, he looked rough, man. He looked rough. It's just, and then, and then at the end, he's talking about like, oh, maybe I'll fight Logan. But sticking on Jake Paul, people keep talking about him like he's a YouTuber. He's just a YouTuber. He's just a YouTuber. Yeah, and maybe he just is a YouTuber. But look, he does train. He does take it serious. He does put in the work. No, he's not a good boxer. He already lost to a boxer, a sorry ass one, Tommy Fury. Can anybody name me who Tommy Fury has ever fought? That fool sucks, dog. Nobody cares about that vato. Yeah, he beat Jake Paul. But I will say Jake Paul is not just fresh off the couch. He's athletic, man. He puts in the work. Heck, MMA guys have not been able to beat him. Yes, MMA is different than boxing. Absolutely. But they were elite athletes with fighting skills, and they have not been able to beat him. You can make all the excuses in the world. Absolutely. You can make all the excuses. Nonetheless, if Jake Paul was just a bum off the couch, then one of these MMA guys should have been able to beat him. No, he puts in the work. He'll never be a great fighter, a great boxer. He'll never be champion. He'll never be any of those things. Because any chump ass Tommy Fury could go in there and beat him. So, yeah, maybe I do think that there was a little bit of agreement. I don't know if that contract is true or not, but I think there was a little agreement of like, yeah, you know what, look, man, let's just get out there and put on a good show. I agree, Andrew. Ben Rodriguez, homie, who weighs what, 115, dog? Come on, man. Jake Risk it's a puppet anyway. I got Jake Paul on that one. I got Jake Paul on that one, man. I got Jake on that one. He's not some bum, dog. He's not some bum. He's not just some YouTuber that you just grab off the couch. He's not some bum like that. So, what's next for him? I don't know, man. A couple of Andre Ward wants him. Ryan Garcia wants him. Arthur Beterbiev put it out there. Oh, all these like, nah, dog. Come on, man. You really want to see that? Only the people that really that hate Jake Paul want to see that because they want to see this dude get hurt. They are entertainers. Yeah, old tunes. They are entertainers. And that's what he's doing. And that's I don't want to see this type of fight again because I don't want to see Jake Paul have to carry, an old legend. Because Mike, I mean, he just towards after the first round, that's it. Mike's energy was just down, and it was just hard to see, man. But nonetheless, was it fake? I think there was some sort of agreement where they're just like, let's not destroy one another. Because, yeah, maybe Mike did have a chance in the first round. At the same time, let's not ignore that Jake Paul had a lot of chances to finish Mike in the 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th round. So that's not to say that Jake Paul was ever on Mike Tyson's level when Mike Tyson was in his prime or when Mike Tyson was at the end of his career, because that version of Mike Tyson would have killed this kid. Yeah, I agree, Anthony. I agree, man. I agree. It takes a lot of energy being in the ring. It takes a lot of energy out of you. I fight Paul for 20 mil. Oh, dog, man. By the way, I've been involved in some YouTube fights, man. You throw 20 mil at me, let's do it. I'll get back in there. But yeah, we'll see what happens. I mean, it was a good night. The fight wasn't entertaining. It got a little bit rough to see. The undercard was really good, but we'll get to that on Friday's live on Tres Chingones Boxing. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to tap up out of here. Did anyone in the chat lost money? Oh, you know what? That's a good one, Andrew. You're right, man, because I'm sure people were betting. That's why I like to keep it real, dog. Okay, I like to keep it real. Don't just think that this kid, this Jake Paul dude, don't just think, man, that he doesn't put in work. He does. He's not great. He's not good. But don't think that he's just a complete bum. Yes, to real boxers, he's a bum. But he's been able to beat professional athletes, not boxers, but professional athletes. He's been able to beat them. So one day I do believe, man, he'll get dropped or something of that sort. You know, I mean, we'll see because you know he can't. This was such a bad showing. I don't think he's gonna be able to fight old guys like that anymore. He's gonna have to fight dudes in their 40s or something of that sort. And we'll see what happens, man. But anyway, and by the way, you know what? I said I'm not a Jake Paul fan, which I'm not, but he's a fan of me. I don't know if you guys saw that, but he gave me a shout out. I'm a hero to him. He said, shout outs to all the heroes. Shout outs to all the truckers out there. So, from your hero, Jake Paul, you're welcome, son. As always, familia, live your life like you're on the road. Be aware, surrounded, and always keep a safe distance. Blood makes you live. But loyalty makes family. Till next time, this is Ed the Cholo Trucker. Shout out all the chingones y chingonas. I'll catch you guys on Friday for the live with the rest of the chingones with the rest of the chingones. And we'll definitely dive deep into the card and get the boys, get their opinions, man. All right, I'll catch you guys on next one.